there, my name is Samantha Welch. I'm going to talk to you about what my group has learned about industrial agriculture in the United States during our research this semester. So the current state of agriculture may not be exactly what you imagine farming to be. Small family farms are few and far between due to the vertical integration of the industry. The system that we so intricately designed after World War II to feed the planet actually takes a serious toll on its health, ironically. Today, giant farming operations are the standard. Whether the farm is growing crops, plants, or animals, there's guaranteed to be a large amount of chemical inputs used on those farms. Things like pesticides, herbicides, fungicides. These type of operations rely heavily on these chemical inputs to keep them running and up with food production. In the US alone, 1.1 billion pounds of pesticides are applied to crops each year. So that's something to think about. You might ask yourself, so why does this matter? Well, I think it should matter to all of us because the negative impacts from industrial agriculture are detrimental to the health of our planet. Some of those negative impacts that we still see today are loss of biodiversity, so species variety, soil degradation, you can't grow food without soil, water and air pollution, increased irrigation needs, and of course, negative health outcomes for farmers and farm workers that are working around these chemicals day in and day out. This is a great graphic from Foodprint that shows the negative effects of industrial farming in a visual way that I think is great.
Of the pollution that we see coming from industrial agriculture are pollution of air and water, deforestation, and land degradation. The Green Revolution of the 1960s brought about the widespread use of synthetic fertilizers and pesticides and antibiotics, which dramatically improved crop yields and food supply worldwide. Now, however, we're beginning to see the damage that these are having on the health of our land, waters, and bodies. The use of synthetic fertilizers and pesticides have caused major damages to water systems and the ocean, causing billions of dollars annually to clean up. Eutrophication has been a major factor in the number of ocean dead zones. The industrial animal agriculture business is responsible for their share in water and air pollution. In the case of swine CAFOs, or confined animal feeding operations, the major impact to water systems are from the improper storage and disposal of animal waste. The reasons behind mass deforestation that we see today are from the acceptance of monoculture farming, which prioritizes few crops, as well as CAFOs. This, along with unhealthy farming practices, has had a detrimental loss to biodiversity, as well as land degradation. The main indicators that will show whether or not we're making positive progress towards reversal will be in water and air quality levels, as well as biodiversity. Decreased use of synthetic fertilizers and pesticides will be seen or otherwise not seen in water supply, which also will mean less eutrophication. An increase in small to medium-sized farms who practice sustainable farming will also bring an increase to biodiversity and durability of the land. A decrease in deforestation and CAFOs will result in better air quality and better overall health for humans.
On my left is Dallas Brown. This is Dallas's family farm. It's been a working farm for 3 generations.
It's a pleasure to meet you.
Now, Dallas, I understand that you are landlocked. Tell us about how that impacts your ability to plant a variety of crops for a healthier ecosystem.
I'm landlocked. If I try to plant a variety of crops, it's too expensive, and it takes too long to harvest them in different ways. There's not as much helpful organic farming. Plus, new tractors and technology are expensive.
Oh, it looks like we have someone else. Oh, there's Darla.
I believe we must stop monocropping and using synthetic fertilizer and pesticides.
Darla, what will happen if we keep using these products?
The carbon output from using these synthetic products contributes to the greenhouse effect.
Darla, why is this so important to you?
I want a healthier crop for a healthier planet. for my children's children.
Well, it looks like we have a couple different scenarios here with pros and cons to each. Well, we are on an urban farm. Let's talk to a local about what we can do as a community.
I try to buy produce that's harvested from organic and sustainable farms. And I try to shop in my local area to cut down on, transportation emissions.
According to the Natural Resources Defense Council, regenerative farmers have been playing a key role to strategizing new ways of farming. They have led a new movement in reducing the use of fertilizers and pesticides through improved soil health and diverse crop rotation. Improved soil health consists of removing animals from confinement and letting them graze. Grazing will allow for natural fertilization and replace the harsh chemical fertilizers that once took its place. Diverse crop rotation is leaning away from monocultural farming and also going towards what we call polycultural farming, where many different crops are grown simultaneously or in a rotation. This helps decrease soil erosion, degradation, and water depletion. It also helps alleviate the attraction of insects, so we no longer need the use of harsh pesticides. Another key strategy ties in with the grazing of livestock. Allowing livestock to graze not only helps improve soil health, but it also is healthier and better for the well-being of the animals. This will eliminate the need for unnecessary antibiotics for healthy animals and decrease the need for massive corn farms. Unconfining livestock will also aid in the decrease of manure management. It has a great benefit as a fertilizer and also reduces the need for waste holding pools that can overflow into clean water systems.
The vision we should strive for when it comes to this wicked problem is one where we're able to sustain ourselves completely unsustainable methods, such as biofuels, and be able to continually reuse land without needing to find more. As most stakeholders have the idea integrated in their minds that this is not their problem and this is not their generation's problem, nor will it probably be their grandchildren's problem. So by introducing tax breaks and incentives towards more sustainable practices in farming, like better crop rotations and integrating livestock into the crop cycle, this would help convince adults whose mind is hard to shift towards a more sustainable practice, as it is more economically beneficial towards them. But this will not truly solve the problem, as we need to target the youth, as they will be the future generation that will continue on when we are all gone. So we need to change the school curriculum to educate kids on full worldviews and intergenerational views instead of empty worldviews and intra-generational views. This would allow future generations to be able to truly believe in something instead of having to be enticed with money like we currently have to rely on. With these changes, we can hope that it will delay the impact that we've already made to the planet until we find a more permanent solution to this problem. All of this can begin in Arizona and impact the rest of the United States. It starts with you.
Looking for ways to help reduce industrial farming, here are a few ways you can help. Number 1, buy organic. If you can, avoid meat produced on concentrated animal feeding operations. 2, try to produce foods from regenerative farms, or you could take it a step further and you could create your own mini farm in the comfort of your own backyard. 3, you can try to incorporate more plant-based foods into your diet. And most importantly, stay informed, keep up to date, and help spread the message.